Dr. Fab, what's happening?
Here we are in Las Vegas.
We're at Parker. For those that aren't familiar with Dr. Fab Mansini, the book is The Power of Self-Healing. I'm a huge fan of what you've done. We've met now several times.
Yeah.
Always through BrainTap and the work you've been doing with Dr. Patrick Porter. You go back a long time in the world of energy healing,
35 years.
Healing. For those of you that aren't familiar, we literally flipped open the camera because we just said we need to do a conversation. We got to talk a little bit about, I want to talk about your book. I said I want to talk about you. I want to talk about what you're doing. I want to talk about your background. And I want our audience and our community to get to know a little bit about you. So what do we need to know?
Well, the most important thing is that I realized early on in my career that I was going to be a neurosurgeon, and I wanted to be a doctor since I was 16 years old. But then I realized that the key to health is prevention. It's not managing symptoms, it's preventing conditions to ever get to the point that you get a symptom. So this was early on in the almost 38 years ago, where people were not really aware of wellness. They were not aware of prevention like we have today. There was no functional medicine. There was no integrative medicine. But my vision was, why would I want to help somebody once they've been suffering? Why not help them ever get to the point that they don't suffer anymore?
Yes.
So then I go into that space and I become a doctor of chiropractic, and then I study acupuncture, energy medicine, nutrition. And I realized that there are two things that can help you prevent an illness. Number one is your mindset, how you view your illness and how you view the body's ability to heal. So once you understand that aspect, that you were born to heal, that everything in your body is already there to help you heal under the right environment. So the second thing is that I learned that it wasn't just about doing that, it's the fact that you needed to identify the right behaviors in your life. So when people say to me, Fab, how can I be healthier? I say, well, the only thing that makes you healthier is thinking more positive about your health, and also selecting good choices today, because those choices will help you be healthier tomorrow. And if you break it down that way, you don't get so overwhelmed that I need to be healthy long term. No, I need to be healthy today, in this moment, with this decision I have in front of me, and that changes everything.
That's absolutely incredible. So you touched on a bunch of stuff that we talk about here on this channel, and that is using sound and vibration to reset the nervous system, to get you in a place where you're in parasympathetic, where you're calm and relaxed, where you have the space for the body to run the natural processes that it was designed to run, that it doesn't run when you're in a sympathetic nervous system response, that it doesn't run when you're stressed and anxious. And so many of us are walking around all day long stressed and anxious. Just this understanding of a series of choices.
Yeah.
I think people get almost overwhelmed by, what do I do first? Where do I start? Where do I begin? And I like that concept of make one good decision after a better decision, after a better decision. It doesn't even have to be the best decision. Right. It just has to be a better decision. And this is something in my parent company I talk about a lot, which is everybody wants to feel better today than they did yesterday, and better tomorrow than they did today. And in order to do that, it's really a series of better choices, one by one by one. And you start with, maybe it's water, maybe it's nutrition, maybe it's going to see a chiropractor.
Sleep a little longer, be able to take some breaks in between your day, breathe a little deeper, So one of the things that most people don't understand is that sound and frequency impacts the nervous system, like you said.
Yes.
But then the challenge is, most people don't realize that the nervous system is the master system and controls and regulates every system of the body. So your heart cannot function without nerve supply. Your digestive system cannot function without nerve supply. Your body cannot heal without nerve supply, because the brain communicates with the body and the body communicates with the brain. Those are called reflexes. But the sound and vibration is what sets the nervous system. So think about this. This is the way I explain it. Think about that in your house you have what is called a circuit breaker, right? Most of us have it in our garage. Some people, if you live in an apartment, you have it in your spare room or whatever. Anytime that your nervous system gets overwhelmed, so think of financial stress, relationship stress, job stress, all of that is so much energy into your system that your body actually breaks, and the nervous system is gonna go off. So then you go into the garage or the spare room and you flick it over. That's what sound and frequencies do for your body. They reset the nervous system so you can get back to being able to function the way you were functioning before all of that over excess. And once you think of it like that, now you realize why is it so important to do it on a continual basis? Because we're getting so overwhelmed with stress that it's like running on a treadmill without ever stopping. You're gonna fall off and you're gonna hurt yourself. But imagine this, you run on a treadmill, but then you stop and you rest. And then you run on the treadmill, then you stop and you rest. And that's why all these sciences are actually proving, because today's brain science is the best it's ever been. We actually know that all of this is actually taking place every time we do these activities.
I think of it like a pressure release valve, right? So if you don't have that pressure release valve,
it's gonna blow.
you're gonna explode, right? But if you take a few moments just check in with yourself, a little sound, a little vibration, a music meditation like we put together, or even just taking a few deep breaths, looking away from the screen, getting up and walking outside, getting some sunlight, getting some fresh air. It's not about selling cushions and selling sound lounges for me. It's about sharing the knowledge that just simple 3 things that we can do. Your mind controls the body, the nervous system is regulating everything, and so much fantasticness.
And also, I think that one of the things that most people take for granted is that healing happens in the moment. And when you do sound and frequencies and you do energy healing, one of the things that it does is that it forces you to be in that moment. You pause, right? We're always going, you get to pause. And when you pause, now you allow your body to be able to recharge, regenerate, and be able to function the way that you want to function.
I love it. I appreciate you. It's always great seeing you. Thanks for taking a few minutes with our audience.
Thank you. And you guys remember this. Your body was meant to heal. And the book that I wrote is called The Power of Self-Healing. That's my 4th best-selling book. It became #1 in 12 countries. It's still selling after 10 years, more today than ever. And the reason I called it The Power of Self-Healing is because I want you to understand that the power is in you. You have the power to self-heal. Don't ever give your power to anything or anyone else. Understand that you were designed to heal.
How's that for taking responsibility and owning your life? Incredible.
I love it.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate you.